due to head out very, very shortly. OK Junior qualifying Heat B versus D is the next one that's heading out into the circuit. And, well, this is going to be an interesting one. We just saw earlier on Christian Costoya matching and taking 5 out of 5 race wins for him. Filippo Sala, who starts this one on the front row, unfortunately finished a P4 earlier on. But that is not to say that his weekend is over. He's still very high up there in the intermediate classifications. And I think he agreed with us on that one. Fresh set of boots time for this one. And again, I hope our graphics man is ready because there are many of them. Filippo Sala, brand new set on the left-hand side. The same for Kenzo Craigie. He's gone for a brand new set on the left-hand side. Rocco Coronel also, and the same as Sebastian Letamaki. Nearly the entire front 10 have gone for it. Here we go then. Let's take you through the starting lineup for this one. There are many of them. It is Filippo Sala and Kenzo Craigie on row 1, Rocco Coronel and Sebastian Letamaki on row 2, Andrea Mani and Alfie Slater on row 3 from Jarrett Clark and Scott Marsh on row 4. You've got Matveev Durganov on row number 5 with Bosco Alias alongside. This time he's on the outside row. How can he deal with that one? Nikita Nikishov and William Carrier, they go from row number 6 from Travis Teoh and Kanish Grau on row 7. The rest of the field is as follows.
Cara Fearhand and Jagrat Detroja go from row number 8. Ethan Lennon and Theo Battisti start on row number 9. Ella Hakkinen goes from row 10 in this one, is joined by Vanessa Shilkanate. Kit Belowski and Nilas Malik start on row 11. Alois Girardet and Paul Andriotis start on row 12. Iskender Sulfikari and Augustus Toniolo start on row 13. Last but not least, on row 14, it's Mark Brovko and Alexander Dahlstrom.
Well, busy one on this one. You've continued to see those graphics pop up on your screen with all the drivers going for a brand new set. Some on the left, some on the right. But to put it into context, they go nearly through the entire field on this one. Hard work by our team down there on the dummy grid to give us this information. But yeah, certainly it's going to be a busy one. Mark Brovko is the only driver right at the back of the field that has gone for a brand new set. Everyone around, I think, has already deployed them earlier on in the day. There you can see on top of the that's on top of the cafe here at the Ricardo the circuit here at Valencia. But there you can see grandstand starting to fill up with everyone poised and ready to watch this. They're bracing the windy conditions out there. And I would say it's probably hat weather, and I'm seeing many woolly hats out there, which is good to see. Right then, drivers getting themselves lined up ready in this one. Sala and Craigie on the front row, now both deploying those brand new set of tyres. I'm amazed we're seeing shorts out there right now. That's something. We're seeing people with big coats, woolly hats and everything. There's always someone wearing shorts.
It's sunny out there. I think you've got to get your vitamin D, haven't you? It's particularly after the long winter. There's how the points stand at the moment. So Costoya and Van Langendonk don't race here, but will have one eye on this next 9 laps, because for Sala, this is the opportunity to retake the lead. Coronel as well, so 3rd and 4th in the points, both in this race. 1st and 3rd on the grid.
Certainly so. Right, as we get ready to go for this one, see family and friends of Kenzo Craigie in the grandstand there, getting ready to go. Here we go, into the tram lines, and it is lights go green. Here we go, down towards turn 1, and it's a great start from Sala this time around. Coronel holds on to P2, the outside row. Everyone's sweeping onto that dirty part of the track. You've got to be careful, though. You don't want to run too wide there. Down in towards the chicane they go. You can see Craigie up into 3rd place. So he's holding on to 3rd place there as Sebastian Letamaki, who won earlier on, is there in P4. This is a much better start from this time around as they all constantine their way through. There's a little bit of coming together in the background there. One car running a little bit wide just off screen, but it's a good start. As to the inside and defensive goes Sebastian Letamaki from the driver behind.
Yeah, that was Sala taking the move to just sit to the inside to stop Coronel going down the inside. I just wonder for Sala in this situation, Coronel having taken a race win last time out, whether more karts around in that big group are a friend perhaps to force the likes of Coronel and Craigie further back the order as long as he can hold P1. It's a risky strategy, but we have seen it work before. Down the inside looks Coronel, but no, not this time. Sala has to take a wide line, defensive around the outside, but the eagerness of the young Dutch driver showing through straight away, wants to take this lead. But look at them all lining up here. Sala, Coronel, Craigie, Slater's had another good start.
There's a move.
And down the inside goes Coronel. It's been coming the last lap. He's into the lead.
That is straight down the inside. Now Rocco Coronel taking control of this race. Here comes Kenzo Craigie down the inside. There you can see the move, and it's up into P2. A nice change there. Here comes the Ricky Flynn Motorsport driver of Alfie Slater as well. He's starting to come through as he battles with Filippo Sala, his teammate. Both of them now need to think about the bigger picture here, and that is catching up to Craigie and Coronel, who are starting to break away.
Indeed, through the chicane they go for the second time in this one. Out wide is the number 73 of Scott Marsh, who needs to rebound from a difficult result last time around in these qualifying heats. But it's Coronel from Craigie, Sala, Slater, the top four have broken away. I think they'll work together for the next lap or so to drop the likes of Bosco Arias and Sebastian Marquez. Down the inside goes Craigie for the lead of the race, opens the door for Sala and for Slater as well. And just like that, Coronel is suddenly down to fourth.
This is what I was talking about with Sala and Slater. They well, they were working together. They've suddenly decided they don't want to anymore. And now down the inside, Slater goes for the move. And now they just both gain those positions on Coronel. They both just lose those positions from Coronel as soon as they started attacking each other. So again, they're back to square one here as they try and go on the attack. Down the inside, here comes the number 31. It's Bosco Arias. He splits the two Ricky Flynn Motorsport drivers up, and he's brought Sebastian Tamaki for company as well.
Big lap this down the inside. Oh, contact there between Slater and Coronel. Coronel hooks it all up, manages to save it. Big lap of field this for Kenzo Craigie. Whilst everybody else is fighting behind, he's got to go. He's got to get up the road and get probably a 2-second lead, and then he can go into race management mode. But a bold move by Slater there down the inside. Coronel still in third place. It's Arias again. Bosco Arias has had a really strong day so far. He's got a good opportunity here from fourth. Fight going on behind between Letimaki and Sala as well for fifth place. Slater holding on, it would seem. This again is all playing into the hands, nearly three wide as they go through turn 13. Down the inside goes Coronel, emerges at the front of all of this. Arias up to third place. Again, this is all playing into the hands of Kenzo Craigie.
It certainly is. He's now got a 2-second advantage from the rest of the field, and now Bosco Arias is up into P2. Coronel there in third from Slater, Letamaki. As they all dive to the inside, you can see everyone coming through. Scott Marsh is there now as well. Remember what happened to him earlier on in this race. He's certainly wanting a good result here. He is fighting back fiercely here as Kenzo Craigie now extends that lead to nearly 3 seconds.
Yeah, really good stuff from Kenzo Craigie. He's got his head down, got on with it, and has got himself in a strong position now. Just needs to bring it in, you would think, with 4.5 laps to go. Bosco Arias there has gained 8 places so far in this race from the 5th row of the grid, the outside of the 5th row of the grid as well, and is starting to stretch away from Coronel bit by bit. New personal best through sector number 2. And it's Kenzo Craigie going purple through sectors 1 and 2. There he is. Look at the size of lead that he's got here. That's another new fastest lap of the race of 55.762. It's down the inside comes Coronel for second place. Sweeps through, takes it brilliantly.
Yep, nicely done. Another change for second place as Craigie continues to extend that lead. Another fastest lap of the race. You got to think right now, okay, good job. Now conserve those tyres. Use them later on in the weekend. This is the first time you're deploying them. You're getting used to them. And I think you just, well, maybe you're stretching them a little bit too hard right now. But there, the battle for second place still on. Coronel, Arias, Slater, Letamaki, Sala, Marsh, Firhan still there. One big train, and Filippo Sala now, even with these new tyres, has not been able to match his pace that he had earlier on in this weekend, has he?
No, not in this particular race, but he's just got to stay calm right now. A lot can happen in the remaining 4 laps of this race, including this. Alfie Slater looking down the inside of Bosco Arias into turn 1. Well, Bosco Arias didn't want to let him through, but Slater found a way to get past and into third place. Letimaki's going to have an opportunity here down the inside of Arias to 4th. side by side as they go through the sweepers here. It's going to be advantage Arias now on the inside. He's got to control the corner exit. Let him back. He's going to be on the inside of contact. Off goes Arias. Others go off behind as well. I think Kara Fairhand and Salah was involved there as well. In fact, yes, Kara Fairhand is off. Salah is off. A big moment in this race.
Oh, and that's 3 drivers out of it. That's a huge disaster. Bosco Arias out of it. Filippo Sala out of it. Kara Fairhand out of it as well. 3 drivers who are looking so quick. Well, fair play to Bosco Arias. He's going to try and get a restart. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
He's not one of the tallest drivers out there, and these carts are big. They are heavy. It's not going to happen. Well, drama there. And just, well, we're going to have to see a replay of that, because what happened there? It just, the back stepped out. Was there too much contact? Was it just it got loose? We don't know. We'll have to watch that one back, and we're going to watch that back now. Right, so this is the first chance here. Sebastian Letamaki down the inside, but Bosco Arias held it around the outside. Then here, trying to get the switchback was Letamaki. Tried to get down the inside, wasn't alongside, and round it goes. And a scary moment there. Well avoided, I've got to say, from the drivers. Obviously, unfortunately, they did have to take to the grass, and they lost out in that race. But here's another angle of it to the inside there. Yeah, it just didn't have the gap wasn't there. But
wow.
There, that's a scary moment there. Another angle of it. We've got 3 different angles here. Round and Bosch, big moment there for Filippo Sala. And that's going to be a lot of damage. And Kara Fairhand there is just hands up in the air, just like, what was that? No fault of their own.
A real shame for Kara Fairhand. Was up from 15th place on the grid, having one of the strongest races so far for the 100 this weekend. Well, this is going to give some opportunities to drivers who started further down the order, including Kit Bolofsky down the inside of the number 41 of Jarrett Clark there. That's going to be Bolofsky up, I think, 14 places so far in this race to P7. A great run for Kit Bolofsky here. We are on the final lap. Kenzo Craigie, that key lap in the early stages where he hit the hammer, got away from the rest of the field. It's down the inside of Bolofsky goes Jarrett Clark there to retake the position. But Kenzo Craigie, this is a very big win for Kenzo Craigie. He takes it by 3 seconds ahead of Rocco Coronel and goes up into 2nd place in the points as things stand. Is that a tipping point of the OK Junior story here this weekend?
Well, it certainly seems to be. Filippo Sala now with that retirement will tumble down the points, but not by much. He's still there with 251. But remember, he was leading with Christian Costoya, both of them on maximum points. And with Costoya, with races to go, he's only 1 point ahead of him. So big changes there. But for Kenzo Craigie, this is a big step up. Up to P2 in the intermediate classifications, down by just 2 points from Rocco Coronel. But remember, Costoya is still on a charge in this one. There's a look then at the intermediate classifications for your drivers. Filippo Sala now down to 3rd in those intermediate classifications. Costoya from Van Langendonk. Letamaki up into 6th in that intermediate classifications. There's a look then at the provisional race results at the end of that one. Craigie from Coronel, Slater from Letamaki, Lennon from Teoh, Clark from Bolofsky, Nikita Nikshov from Matveev Duganov finishing in the top 10. Andrea Mani from Paul Antriaris finishing in 12th place. Jagrat Troja and William Callagher finishing in the top 14. Scott Marsh rounding out the top 15 in that one. All of these drivers luckily able to avoid that incident. Alexander Zulfikari finishing in 16th place from Kanish Rao, Gustas Toniolo from Vanessa Shilkanate, Alexander Dahlstrom from Ola Gagnier, Ella Hakkinen from Mark Brovko, Theo Bassiti and Nilas Malik, Rocco Arias and Filippo Sala and Kara Fairhand. Unfortunately, all retirements in that race. The only 3 retirements in that race due to that incident. So clean-up job happening, and I can imagine there's drivers still chatting to each other there. But obviously, all no fault of their own of that one. But there, your race winner, Kenzo Craigie. A superb result. I do hope that Andrew Mather is having a good look at those tyres, see how they are handling out there. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from this one. The start was good for Filippo Sala, hold on to the race lead in the early stages of that race, but the change early on. Coronel on the second lap would get through. Kenzo Craigie as well trying to follow through, but not able to do so on that same corner that came to the demise of Filippo Sala later on in the race. Coronel a little wide there as down the inside would go Alfie Slater, who would finish P3 in that race at the end. Another good result. Both of them going for the move now on Sala. Craigie had taken the lead on lap number 3 at this point, and now he was just starting to drive away from the rest of the field here. There were nearly 3 wide going on to the back straight here. Coronel just keeping his nose down the inside, securing that second place spot, and he would drive off with that spot there. Then Slater would get back in front. Again, 3 wide here, so close once more. Coronel very brave to hold it down the inside, and the same with Bosco Arias. Arias at this point just scything his way through the field. He got up into second place, but then it was around this point of the race where it all started to really kick off now, because Coronel got the clean air with Bosco Arias. Then it was Slater, led to Markey. Sala behind there as well. The change for second place. Coronel to the inside of turn number 1 at that stage of the race. Arias then would have to go on the defensive from Slater here. Slater would go down the inside. It was a nice move into turn 1. This would put Bosco Arias now on the back foot, and now having to deal with Sebastian Letermark, who would then look to the inside here. This first initial bit, absolutely fine. No drama between the two of them, giving racing room nice and clean. Exit of this one, though, and just trying to get that nose back down the inside, but it was too late for the corner. Contact was made. Round would go Bosco Arias. Big hit for Filippo Sala, and Kia Ferrand, unfortunately, absolutely nowhere to go. He was a complete passenger in all of that. Nowhere he could go to avoid it. And you can imagine having a very good race and gaining those positions. Another angle of it there, just sending it round, and just all of them going off. And actually, it was Scott Marsh going off as well. Scott Marsh has just not been able to catch a break here this weekend. Again, no fault of his own on that one, but just had to take avoiding action. Amazingly, did manage to avoid it.